Yep. YouTube, you're in the building with two parts of the Black Avengers, me and Larry. With brother Larry, the living legend. How you feeling on a Friday night?
Man, I am doing my thing. Happy Juneteenth, everybody out there. You know, this should be a national holiday, and hopefully we will get it there. But until then, still, happy Juneteenth.
I hope everybody took some time to say happy Juneteenth to others. A lot of people gave their life so that us African Americans can have freedom. And a lot of people continue the day for equality, sacrificing family, friends, and a whole lot of people don't understand what the fight is about or they don't care about the fight. So shouts out to everybody who fought for the cause and is continuing to fight for the cause. And like Larry said, it should be a day.
We'll get it there. We'll get it there.
It's coming. So let me give a big shout out to my man Howard McQuarters. He know my stock recommendations, and Larry, I sent you the same thing I sent him.
Right.
And he said that's kind of simplified the various options he was looking for. And this is the kind of stuff we do for our subscribers. We take care of our loyal subscribers. We take care of our people. Hey, Miss Vanessa.
Vanessa Todd in the house.
That's T-Stream. That's T-Stream's mother. Hey, Miss T-Streams.
Oh,
hope
hey,
you're doing good, staying healthy.
All right. I see you in the house.
Yeah. What's up, Buzz? What's up, my brother? Staying healthy, staying happy. 703. So we're going to dive right on into it, ladies and gentlemen. Kinda Forever. First story we're going to cover today is one Larry sent me. Larry sent me the story about the cruise ships having to extend the time due to the World Health Organization of not being able to go out because they're worried that they might become super spreaders. Take a listen to what has been said, because it's crazy these states that COVID is going up. Y'all, we got to pay attention and heed the warnings. Take a look at this.
Cruising suspended until mid-September. Let's look at the new announcement from the Cruise Line International Association, CLIA, that will be affecting all major cruise lines in the United States. For you, due to the ongoing situation within the U.S. related to COVID-19, CLIA member cruise lines have decided to voluntarily extend the period of suspended passenger operations. The current no-sell order issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, will expire on July the 24th, and although we had hoped that cruise activity could resume as soon as possible after that date, it is increasingly clear that more time will be needed to resolve barriers to the resumption of cruising in the United States. Although we are confident that future cruises will be healthy and safe, we will fully reflect the latest protective measures. We also feel that it is appropriate to err on the side of caution to help ensure the best interest of our passengers and crew members. We have therefore decided to further extend our suspension of operations from U.S. ports until 15 September. The additional time will allow us to consult with the CDC on measures that will be appropriate for the eventual resumption of cruise operations. This voluntary suspension applies to all CLIA members to which the no-sell order applied, vessels with a capacity carrying 250 persons or more. CLIA member cruise lines will continually evaluate the evolving situation and make a determination as to whether a further extension is necessary.
So I read that whole article you sent me, and I read where Norwegian got $400 million to keep them afloat till the end of the year. At the end of the year, they're not going to have no more money if they're not back in a positive situation.
Well,
we just talked about this Wednesday.
Yeah.
We just talked about this Wednesday when I told y'all pump the brakes. That's why I said pump the brakes on buying those stocks right now. Don't do it right now. And Larry, I feel like this just needs to be said. They have taken wearing masks and have made this thing way political. Yeah. The reason why is having to reclose It's because of the incompetence of governors not keeping people shut down and then letting people get out and about without enforcing wearing that mask.
Yeah.
We're states that opened up early, spiking back up, and those people are defiant. I mean, defiant. They're not going to wear a mask, and people are getting sick. At what point do you realize this is not political? This is socio-economical. It's people's health, and not wearing a mask is not helping. I give it to you, Larry. What is going to be the next thing we're going to see? People just won't put on a mask and wash their hands.
Well, here's the thing: is that there's going to be some businesses that are going to want to stay open, and even if they don't do, the mandated shutdowns, there's going to be businesses that simply shut down. Like Apple already announced that they're reclosing certain stores. I believe in Arizona, South Carolina, Florida. There's
North Carolina.
It's like 5 states.
North Carolina.
They're already closing their stores back down, and they just reopened them. So they're closing them back down already. But what's going to happen is you're going to see companies that basically start shutting down voluntarily, or they're going to be forced to shut down because their employees will just simply say, no, I'm not going to work here. It's too dangerous, and we'll see things are going to be really fluid, I think. I mean, just yesterday, the CEO of AMC Theaters came out and said that they're going to be opening up soon, that they're going to require all their employees to wear masks, but they're not going to require the moviegoers to wear masks. And then they came back out today after there was an uproar about it and said, okay, we're going to now require our customers to wear masks as well. So I'm not sure how that works out when you go to the concession stand and you buy popcorn and soda and candy, and then you're in the movie watching it. I don't know how you're going to eat through a mask, but there's going to be things that are going to be fluid. I think some things. I think like if we have another big outbreak, the movie theater experience is going to be gone in large part unless they can find, a benefactor to basically hold them over. But those are businesses, I think, that are just going to go kaput regardless of whether or not these governors institute shutdowns, because eventually people are just going to stop going and the employees will simply stop working there. So, but it may take a lot of people dying. It may take a lot of people dying.
But me and my wife just had that same discussion, Larry. It shouldn't take someone dying in your immediate family for you to heed the warnings of what they're saying to do. They have a vaccine for this. They don't have anything that they can give you other than you doing preventative measures to protect yourself and others from spreading this virus. It's more deadly than the flu. It's more contagious than the flu. It's not the damn flu. Put on your mask, stay away from people, and wash your hands. Hell, some of y'all need to wash your ass too while you're at it. Wash everything. But I mean, it's serious out here, man. And Larry, here's another industry that's in trouble. The gym industry. And then you've got sneaking around trying to have people come in, and they're probably running around here giving people corona vulnerable. So something's got to give.
I mean, any industry that is dependent on people physically going there and spending time there is going to be in trouble. So, you're talking about like the gym industry, these people that have, that do yoga, bars and restaurants obviously are going to suffer to some degree, especially bars. Restaurants to a lesser degree if they're situated where they can do takeout. But you have a number of places like that are going to suffer. All these playhouses around the country, people could, you can't do plays. People are not going to want to go sit in a theater and watch, they're not going to want to go to the Kennedy Center and sit there and watch Hamilton or Aladdin or something for 2.5 hours. And, it's just, there's going to have to be some changes. Eventually things will go back, maybe not to normal, but they'll go back to some semblance of normalcy. Once there is a real vaccine or a real cure or something like that. But until then, they're going to try and reopen stuff up. And what they're going to find is either there's just not enough people there to keep it open, or they're not going to be able to keep their employees once their employees start to get sick. Because I can tell you what happens. If you go if you work at, let's say you work at a bar, and you're there, and the next thing you know, one person gets COVID, and they say, wait, so I was just working with this guy yesterday, and he has COVID. So now, technically, based on the CDC recommendations, I'm supposed to isolate for the next 14 days. Plus, everybody else that came in contact with him is supposed to isolate, which means you could end up shutting down that entire establishment. And if you're just all of a sudden shutting down, now these people may not shut down, but if they do, that's the 14 days this business is done. And you may have people that are just like, I'm not willing to go back. It's too risky. And then what do you do if you have no employees? What happens if you run a local playhouse and all of your ushers and your actors are like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not safe. And now what? So I think if the governors don't regulate it and they don't shut stuff down, I think eventually when people start getting sick and people start dying, then the people, as a matter of self-preservation, will end up shutting stuff down because they just won't want to get sick and die. You know, I mean, that's the debate they're having right now with the NBA. It's like the players are like, why should I go out there and risk my life for this abbreviated season? And then what happens is, I mean, I was having this discussion last night with my brother. If you're an elite athlete, 5, 10, 15% of your lung capacity could make the difference between you being someone who's really good at a game versus somebody who's actually an elite athlete. And if you get COVID, even if you recover from it, they're talking about people have all kinds of scar tissue in their lungs. And now some people end up on oxygen. Some people are going to later need lungs transplants. Some people just end up where they have reduced lung capacity because they have scar tissue in their lungs. So, you know, maybe all of a sudden now you have, 85% lung capacity. May not be a big deal for you or me, but if you're LeBron James and you have to run up and down the court, or if you're a football player and you have to run for 40 minutes, or if you're a track athlete or a cyclist, that's a big deal. That is life-changing right there. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to end up with employees basically regulating if the companies won't do it.
Mm-hmm. Now, me and you both live with scar tissue as asthmatics. And ladies and gentlemen, if you walk. But to further highlight where we're headed, could be some hope. There's this Swiss company that came up with a little ring you can finger. Mm-hmm. And an old guy realized that the ring was giving him data that he's sick, and he didn't really know that it correlated to the ring. He called up the ring manufacturer and told him he had COVID. They started testing, and guess what? You can wear this ring on your finger, and before you start having symptoms, it can tell you if you're starting to get impacted with colds and things of that nature. And a lot of people are starting to order these rings now. You had to keep an eye on it. If they get some stock going, ladies and gentlemen, you can count on this channel and Larry.
What is it called?
But if you want to look it up, if you want to look it up now, it's called Oura, O-U-R-A. O-U-R-A, Oura.
All right, I'm gonna check them out.
Yep, check them out, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we just can't preach to you all enough, but we know you guys get it. Wash your hands. Try to stay 6 feet away from people. Even if your family hasn't been impacted with COVID, there's tons of people that have been impacted with COVID. And if someone really and truly wanted to say, well, it should be my choice whether or not to wear a mask, it would be if the choice wasn't impacting other people in a negative light. So at this point in time, it needs to be your responsibility to take care of fellow man and wear the damn mask. It don't make you look less masculine to wear the damn Raiders mask. Get your Black Panther mask. Hell, get an American mask. It don't matter what you get, but if you really care about capitalism and commerce and other way most of y'all who are not wearing masks claim you do, put on the damn mask. Quit playing around.
Right.
It's so, and Larry, I'm going to move on.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the whole thing with the mask is that I think personally they should mandate it. There are plenty of things in this country that are mandated for our safety that we don't like it, but we do it. Like it's mandated that you have to wear a seatbelt when you're in the car. You have to have a child seat when you put your kid in the car. You have to have auto insurance so that if you crash your car, that that the other people that you may damage them or their property, they're going to be protected. There are certain things that are done for your protection and for the protection of others. Like for instance, you don't have to carry auto insurance that protects you, but you do have to carry at least a minimum of liability to protect the other people on the road that you may come in contact with. I don't see any difference with mandating people wear a mask. You are mandating that people protect their fellow man. It's just that simple. And the other thing I have to say with these masks, stop wearing them down. If you're wearing a mask and you have your nose exposed, you're not doing yourself or your fellow man any good. If you have a mask with a valve on it, you're letting out all of your breath, you're expelling everything through that valve. It's not doing any good. If you're going to wear a mask, wear a real mask. Otherwise, if you want to be a jerk and not really protect your fellow man, then don't front. Just don't wear a mask and be out there looking like a jerk. Otherwise, wear a real mask. And I'm not saying you have to wear an N95. Just go get you a regular mask.
Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll conclude on that. But I want to get back to going on cruises, taking your little crumb snatchers to see Mickey Mouse. You have got to do your part, and you got to get out there and stay protected. So, Larry, this is your show. Show coming out in July. P Valley.
Yeah, it's out on my birthday.
They just did an expose. Yep. They just did an expose on why they wanted to do these instead of doing a movie and how they feel like it's going to put a good light on the plight strippers in the South. Take a look at this. I'm sure this will delight you, Larry.
Circle up, come on. Tonight, we gon' stack that Skrilla. My girls got bills to pay.
P Valley started off as Pussy Valley. That was the title of the play. I ended up researching this play for 6 years. I went to about 40 clubs, like all over America, but I really concentrated on the South. I interviewed over 40 women. I was really committed to it being an authentic portrayal of the world. It was such a huge learning experience for me because I realized, oh, I didn't write a play. I wrote a TV show.
The show must go on.
The South is a place where a lot of people in America live. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee as a Black Southern girl. It's so odd that strip clubs are part of your coming of age. Strip club culture was not something to be ashamed of. You go to have birthday parties at strip clubs. It is the center of so much social activity. I always felt like it was a fun space. Even though obviously it's a space of exploitation, these women have been able to carve out a space for themselves that's very liberating within this space. It's interesting to see how empowering that space can be, whether it is financial empowerment, empowerment of expression, sexual freedom.
You wanna dance?
The Black Southern experience doesn't get an opportunity to be seen on screen as much. And so as a writer who writes more about place than race, it was just really exciting to just have this opportunity to show Black Southern culture in a nuanced way with lightness and love and going through real stuff that a lot of Americans can relate to.
Come on down, cause we finna show out as soon as y'all show up. Meet me at the club, it's going down.
Authenticity has been so important.
I don't know nobody who ain't VIP.
Sorry.
I never shied away from the language of my world.
You speaking another language. You be speaking another language.
You have to allow your ear to get acclimated to how these characters speak to one another.
Come on, girl, let's do this.
I want people to respect what these women do. They are athletes. They are super sheroes. They are on this pole and they are flying around like birds. You really have to build up your body, build up your strength, and build up your bravery to be able to get up on that pole.
It's about trust.
So the show really focuses on the athleticism and showcases the realness of the craft. We had a core of background dancers who are still dancing at places like Magic City in Atlanta or Peaches in Atlanta, serving up realness. The P-Valley is about why these women make the choices that they do. It's about why these women love to do what they do. We're really talking about Black female sexuality from a Black female perspective. The pole, for me, is like this metaphor. Sometimes rising feels like falling, and sometimes falling feels like rising in this world. At the center of this show, it's a human being. These women have a name. They have a past, have a present, and they have a future.
What you gonna do when you leave?
Count on money. It's just been so important to me just finally see these women that I know who are human beings and are stripping and dancing for a reason be given a story, be given agency, be given complication.
Time for the show.
All right.
Now, what you won't see, this is what you're not gonna see on the show. Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh,
that's what you're not going to see on P Valley. But I'm wondering, did that help you all who said you might not watch the show, hearing the producer and the writer break down what she's going to be giving you as an experience when you're watching the show? I know me and Larry plan to review it, and I just want to say to all the fellas out there, if you really respect your marriage and you're in Atlanta, take my advice. Do not go to Magic City. Do not go. I'm saving y'all a lot of trouble now because things at place, and I'm telling y'all, do not go. Wives, hide your husbands. Do not let Magic City. It's like one look at it and a baby might pop out. But Larry, I'm gonna give it to you. It's all on you.
I'm saying, it's funny that she's up there talking about all this female sexual liberation and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, just make that booty clap. I was like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not
making to... nothing clap. You got to pay. You got to pay for that or just make it clap. You one of them dudes that come in there and ain't got but like 10 ones talking about make something. Nah.
Man, I'll go in there with 10 ones and come out with 12. Nah, man. But in all seriousness, it looks like it could be a good series. We'll see. We'll see how it can be. The only thing that frustrates me a little bit is just like this whole thing. It's like I saw like one black dude in there that was speaking, and he was like this effeminate gay dude that's all dragged out and whatnot. I'm like, come on, man. I was like, can't they just have some regular, the rest of the 90-something% of us dudes up in there that, but we'll see. It could be good. It could be bad. It could be whatever. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. It's a black show. Hopefully it's good. I mean, at the worst, it's going to have some good looking women stripping. So, I mean, it'll be entertaining at least on that level. So we'll see. But hopefully it's good. Hopefully it'll be something.
I'm thinking, yeah. I'm thinking that you're going to have a pretty good story tied around just events that go on in a nightclub. They've got a few good actors up there that I know carry their own, and then they've got a lot of new young actors. So we'll see. Right. But hey, we're here. We will review it, and we'll keep it moving for you guys. Yeah.
Right. And I'll say this before I wish it well. Before I wish it well, let me just say that I hope it is not super ratchet, because if it is just straight ratchetness, then they can move on with it. I mean, I'm okay with them telling a good story, but if it's just going to be straight ratchetness, then they can be gone with it, because because I can go to the strip club on my own or watch some. I can watch some videos online. I don't need to have my folks just made look stupid. So hopefully they look good. You know, it is. I mean, it is part of that. There is a strip club culture, and I don't have a problem with them showing it. Just don't make our people look stupid. So,
well, some would beg to argue that our people make themselves look stupid on some of these housewives shows.
Oh, I'd agree. Some of us, we do look stupid on some of those shows. I mean, it's shameful because you get on some of those shows and you see these women that have a lot of money, and it doesn't seem like, even with all the money that they have and all the prestige that they seem to get in some communities, that they just can't seem to settle into a sense of decency. They have to just go straight ratchet, throwing drinks and fighting each other and calling each other all kinds of names and just, I mean, come on now.
Hey man, that sells, Larry.
Yeah,
Larry, that sells.
Does.
It's no different from being on YouTube.
Right, but here's the problem.
It sells. People want to see that.
But here's the problem. Like, they have the Real Housewives of just about everywhere. I think they have the Real Housewives of, of BFE. But, it's like with the White Housewives, they just represent themselves. That's it. They're just representing themselves. When you look at all these other little shows with like Snooki and all of them for like the Beach House and all the other crap, they're just representing themselves. But when you have the Black Housewives, or, whether they be the Housewives of Atlanta or Potomac, they represent an entire group of people. And so they have a greater responsibility because they represent all of us. They have a responsibility to all of us to act decent. And I understand that doesn't make for good TV, which is like, maybe they shouldn't even have them on TV, I don't know. I don't like seeing the coonery.
Well,
I don't like seeing the coonery.
That Larry, as much as we hate it, as long as people gonna watch, it ain't gonna change. And let's just hope P Valley is worth.
Right. Buzz 703 says,
I'm gonna take us to comment.
We have a serious delay going on here.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how to fix it. Yeah. We'll have to work on that by Monday. But I'm gonna take us to comic books. So instead of covering Marvel today, DC news in terms of the Black Adam. The Black Adam, they're doing a trailer comic fandom event in I think it's California. So take a look at this, talking about The Rock.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
An armed man has taken people hostage on the second floor of that building.
We're gonna go play outside now, Mama Rosa.
Fire over. You actors like movie directors. Either love me or leave me alone. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Black Adam and Shazam 2 video. The Rock and the Shazam people were hyping up the DC Fandom Comic-Con panels they're going to be doing later this summer, so we'll break it all down. I'll also explain what's going on with the Justice Society in the movie, as well as the Henry Cavill Superman crossover that they've been talking about. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's going to be panels for pretty much every upcoming DC movie with them showing off footage for the stuff that they do have and a bunch of concept art and teasers for the stuff that they haven't started filming yet. So what I'll do is I'll talk about what's going on with the Black Adam movie first, then I'll talk about Shazam 2. Starting with number 5, The Rock confirmed that they were doing a special Black Adam movie panel at this DC Fandom event this summer. Originally, they were supposed to start filming the Black Adam movie in July until the virus hit and delayed everything. They're still filming it later this year. They're filming Shazam 2 a little while after that. Originally, they were going to film them both at the same time because the kids from the Shazamly are growing up so fast, they're trying to get those sequels out as quickly as possible before they get super old. Also, part of their reason originally for filming the movies simultaneously was the way they're intending on crossing the Black Adam character over with the Shazamly in the future sequels, so I'll explain that too, because it's a little more complicated than your standard Justice League Batman-Superman crossover. Some of those crossover plans changed a little bit because of what happened with the virus, but for the most part, their larger plan is still intact. The Black Adam movie is just intended to be a straight-up prequel telling of his basic origin story, but the Black Adam movie is connected to Justice League and the DCEU through the Shazam movie. That's also why they're talking about doing Henry Cavill inside the Black Adam movie in some way.
Okay.
You excited about The Rock being Black Adam? How do you feel about it?
No. I'm not really excited. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not really excited about it. But I'll watch it though. I'll watch it. Hopefully I enjoy it, but I'm not super excited.
Did you see Shazam?
I did, and Shazam was sort of dumb, but I say sort of dumb because I sort of enjoyed it because I went into it knowing that it was going to be silly, and so I feel like when you watch Shazam, you have to go into it with child eyes. You can't go into it looking at it as a grown up because you'll hate it. If you ever watched Shazam, either the TV show or the comics or anything as a kid, and then you watch this movie as you would if you watch it through kid eyes, then you have a better chance of enjoying it. But if you watch it as a grown up expecting a traditional superhero movie, you'll leave there being like, this was trash, you know? So
and that's how I left. I left and I got a chance to see that one early. DC actually sent me and my friend James to see, and we did our review as soon as we got out of the theater in the parking lot. And I go up first, and I pretty much said this movie was made for children.
Yeah.
And they came for our necks. But eventually, the real critics saw it and said everything I had said was absolutely correct. It was some YouTubers trying to call me out. And I had to dig in two of them now. I ain't afraid to have no joke. They're coming at me sideways. And I had to get on this YouTube channel because they was like, it is not a movie. You don't know good movies when you see it. And I said, what's your favorite movie? Care Bears? And boy, they didn't like that. And that started something. But eventually, the critics came to my perspective, which is why I'm excited for Black Adam. Because it's going to be dark. It's going to be more of an adult-based thing. And Black Adam has a pretty good backstory. I think you will like Black Adam on his route to fight in the Justice League.
I'm not putting any stock in it because as it is right now, almost all the DC movies suck. Almost all of them. Not all of them, but almost all of them. You know? So I'm not, at this point, anytime DC comes out with a live action movie, I'm basically reserving judgment till after I see it. Now, if they come out with an animated movie, then I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm feeling this. I saw the trailers. I trust their animation, their feature animation division. I'm going to see it. But their live action stuff, nah, they're suspect. Everything they do is suspect.
I'm telling you right now, I will bet you one stock that Black Adam is going to be at least 6.0 or better on a scale of 0 to 10 in terms of how good the movie is going to be.
6? That's not much. For a superhero movie? Shoot, you're going to get 6 just coming out the gate. People love superhero movies.
Hey, man, that's better than what DC been, huh?
I will say this. The movies from DC that have been the best have been the ones that focus on the villains. So maybe that'll help. I don't know.
Okay. Well, move the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see it. I think it's going to be good. That's one of my favorite movies I'm waiting to see. But now we're going to move on to Tesla. We've got a new Tesla update. The last time we talked about Tesla, we talked about how a lot of people had apprehension about battery life. Well, in the beginning, Tesla was doing something where you would a charging station, they would swap your battery out with a fully charged battery. They stopped. They're getting ready to bring that back in some sorts. Take a look at this.
Wow.
It could be a way to keep the same car you have, swap out the old battery after your miles, put in a new battery. It's almost like you got a brand new car. Take a look at this.
In 2013, Tesla CEO Elon Musk demonstrated a new feature for their Model S. With some people complaining that battery recharging takes too long, Elon demonstrated that they could fully swap out a discharged battery with a fully recharged comparable Tesla battery in 90 seconds, which is actually less than it takes to fill the tank with gas in many comparable cars. There was some news in 2017 when Tesla filed a patent for a mobile battery swap trailer that could be easily deployed anywhere. But outside of the patent, a functional battery swap trailer was never seen built. I believe that the biggest reason why the battery swap idea never took off was simply that batteries are known to degrade over time. Even though a trip to and from Los Angeles would have you essentially borrow another car's battery for second half of the trip, and then you would get your battery swapped back, recharged on the return trip home, unfortunately, the idea gets more complicated if you don't get your own battery pack. If you perhaps got the battery of someone who drove their older Tesla hard all the time and put a lot of miles on it, then potentially your car would instantly deprecate the moment that you swapped your newer battery with someone else's older degraded battery. Now let's enter the million-mile batteries. This older problem becomes an advantage once you look at battery swaps using the upcoming million-mile battery packs. In that case, it hardly matters if the battery pack is brand new or 10 years old. Not only would it extend the value of a new Tesla Model S, it would potentially breathe new life into older Model S Teslas, and they could even be repurposed into robotaxis if they had been fitted with the fully self-driving package.
Woo! So now you can take that new battery car, and if you've got the self-driving, it can be a robo car as Tesla continues to innovate for the future. Larry, when you going to get a Tesla?
You know, it's funny. I was just talking to my wife about that today, about us getting a Tesla. So I was telling her I wanted our next car to either be a convertible or a Tesla. So, but you know how wives are. They often just say, okay. And you never know when they're serious and when they're just telling you to keep talking until you're done so they can be done hearing it. So so we'll see, man. I don't know. You know, we just paid our car off about a year ago. And so, I mean, our car still works perfectly fine, still under warranty. So I guess we'd have to wait until we have some sort of real justification for getting on either a second car or a new car. And right now we just don't have it. So, but I want one.
Yeah, there's no worry, man, because hey, the best thing you can do is get some of that Tesla stock because it's on fire. Get some of that Tesla stock, baby. It is on fire. That's for Larry and for anyone on this channel. If you can invest in a fractional share of Tesla, get very, very soon, Robinhood is going to open up their app for fractional shares. And we're going to transition now from Tesla into the financial news. And after we get through it, this will stop talking. But Larry, we did a video about a month ago where Walmart has improved their curbside pickup, where you can go online, pick what you want, and they'll bring it to your car. You remember I went and tested it out.
Right.
So Kroger's is doing that now, and a lot of people have liked what Kroger's is doing. So take a look at this. to try to help you guys stay
Getting
COVID-19
groceries
free.
delivered to your home is becoming a regular shopping method for many people. Now, more than ever, different stores are partnering with grocery delivery services or offering their own. Kroger is one of the stores that has started to deliver, but before you go online and start shopping, there are a few things you should know about this program. Kroger Delivery lets you shop for groceries online and have them delivered directly to your home. Once you've placed your order, a personal shopper from a third-party partner will pick up your items, notify you of any substitutions or out-of-stock products, and deliver your groceries during a time slot that you select. You can also choose to pick up your groceries at some Kroger locations. To see if Kroger Delivery is available in your area, visit Kroger.com and enter your zip code. After you've verified that delivery is available in your area, you'll need to download the Kroger app for iOS or Android, or create a free account online. To get started, just enter your name and email address and create a password. If you have a Kroger Plus card, be sure to enter your account number or alternate ID as well. This will tie your account to the Kroger system so that you can collect fuel points and take advantage of savings offers online. Being able to use your Kroger Plus card is one of the biggest advantages to placing your order directly through Kroger as opposed to using a third-party service like Instacart. Once you've established your account through the website or app, you can use the same information to log in on any device. After you're signed in, enter the address where you'll want your items delivered. On the website, you can change your shopping method or delivery address by clicking on your current delivery method. You'll see that at the top of the page to the right of the search bar. The icon will either be a car, box, or store, depending on your current shopping method. In the app, you'll see a banner across the bottom of your screen where you can make these changes. Once you've entered your location, Kroger will automatically direct you to shop at the nearest store that offers delivery. Then, you can begin filling your cart. You can browse items by category or search the whole site. For the most savings, check out the store's weekly ad, digital coupons, and top weekly savings offers. If you do choose to use digital coupons, be sure to select them before you add the eligible products to your cart. If you've linked your Plus card, you can also scroll down to see the items you buy frequently. These items are listed under Start My Cart. As you find items you
So, ladies and gentlemen, businesses are having to transit to keep up with demand and also stay COVID free. And before we move on, let me shout out Tim Windsor, who sent me a super chat via my Cash App. Thank you, my brother. Right here is for you.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Tim, that
man.
super chat love you did.
Big up to Tim,
my brother, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, man. Thank you for sticking with the channel. And Larry, a lot of people are in here saying that they've seen other stores doing this, such as Target and Walmart. I've personally used Walmart. They bring it right out to your car, put it in the trunk. You only have to spend $30. It has really made me like Walmart all over again because I had got tired of going in there, seeing some of the that come out of Walmart. So, Larry, have you used any of these services?
I have. I've used several of them, actually. There's a grocery store out here called Wegmans, and Wegmans is interesting because the one that I go to has an upstairs and a downstairs. And so when you're upstairs, you see people waiting in line and they have everybody spaced out 6 feet apart and they only let a certain amount of people in the store at a time. But if you order online, you just order all your food and they give you, they give you your pickup window. You just simply drive up and go to the downstairs area. You just drive up and you just text them and tell them, hey, I'm outside with I'm outside. Here's my make and model of my car. They come out and just to confirm you're who you are, and then they put your groceries in the back of your car, and you're done. You pull off and leave. So it's very easy. I've used them. I've used the curbside pickup at Best Buy. I've used the curbside pickup at there's actually a restaurant out here called Founding Fathers or Founding Farmers, excuse me. And because their restaurant was closed, they started doing selling groceries, and that's because the Founding Farmers, what their thing was is that they would locally source all their food from these local farms, and that's what they used for their food in their restaurants. Well, they obviously didn't have the restaurant business going at that, during the lockdown. And because they didn't want the farmers' stuff to go to waste, they decided why not just sell it. So they started selling groceries, and so that's where my wife and I were using them for most of our fresh fruits and vegetables. And so so I've used at least 3 of them, and then I've used a couple of other delivery services like Safeway. I've had deliveries from Safeway. I've had deliveries from BJ's, which is BJ's is a warehouse club. It's like Sam's Club or Costco. So yeah. So they're out
we've
there.
got BJ's up here. Matter of fact, BJ's is right around the corner from my house. And we haven't used their delivery service or anything like that, but I'm satisfied with Walmart. The only catch I have about Walmart is they limit you on certain items. Yes, but a lot of places are doing that. But other than that, I didn't have any problem getting what I need. In, you're out. You don't have to get out your car. You don't even got to roll down the window. So people start thinking about that a little more so that you're not having to be out and about. You don't have to get in the line. You don't got to be around the pool. It's something you can do before you go to bed and pick up the very next day.
Right. And you don't have to come in contact with people.
Just sit back. Right. You don't.
Right.
You don't. It makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. So, but man, that's all I got, Larry. Mention to people that if you're interested in some decent stocks, what was the one that dropped pretty well today that I was thinking about mentioning to people? The Global X Super Dividend US ETF.
Huh. Okay.
A great stock to buy. It's got great growth. It's grown in 5 years, 14% dividend growth. It pays a monthly dividend of $1.30, and the stock is only $15 right now.
Nice. Okay.
That's my recommendation. That's my recommendation to everybody this weekend.
Hold on a minute. Let me look. Let me open up my app again. Hold on. Let me open up my
okay.
Let me open up my Ameritrade app so I can add it to my watch list. So I can see about picking some up. I need to transfer some more funds over into my account. So let's see. What was it again?
Shelley Long said
what's the
Global X Super Dividend. DIV.
DIV. There it is. Global X Super Dividend. All right. Let me put that on my
ETF.
Yeah. All right. Let me
and Tim, it was called DIV, Tim. That's the ticker name. But it's on that form I sent you, Tim. So a couple of people asked me to send them my portfolio management thing that I do, that I put out all the best coming stocks. And I sent one to Tim, to Howard McQuarters. And if you'll just come hit me on Instagram, I can email one too if you want one. But I do a lot of research on these things. And maybe in a couple of weeks, me and Larry are doing a dedicated financial show where we just talk about financial news, stocks, and stuff like that. Maybe in about a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and work that out.
Tim, it is on Robinhood. Yep.
Yeah, and I think
okay. Tim, I'll send it to you.
I think I'm gonna get a Robinhood account just so that we can be on the same platform and share our screens and talk about the stuff. So
right.
Because normally I have my stuff
now
on.
If you do,
yeah.
So if you do, be sure to use my code. Get Robinhood, use my code.
Right.
Oh, my man Buzz in the house. Buzz, this is for you, Buzz. I appreciate that, but this right here is for you.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
Burn it all! Burn it all and start again.
Hey, Buzz, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate my folk, Tim. Y'all hold this channel down, man. Even when we go our rough days, y'all keep us afloat. Y'all keep us in mind, and y'all have been doing a good job of just having our backs when people try to throw us up against the wall. So
yeah, man.
Keep rocking with. And Tim, I just sent you the PDF form of what I tried to send you the other day. Open it up, and the stock to be up there. You'll see it.
I'm telling you, man.
Larry, that's all I got for today, man.
I'm gonna keep an eye on those cruise line stocks because I know it's terrible right now, and I think they're gonna get worse. But I don't think that whole industry is going out. I think that some of them are gonna survive, whether it be Royal Caribbean or Norwegian or Princess Cruises or somebody. I think Carnival maybe
Carnival.
One of them is gonna grow massively because of the other one's failures, but I think they're gonna be a good buy pretty soon. I think a lot of people are gonna back out of them. There are gonna be people that are gonna get scared because they'll be like, "Oh, we bought in, we thought it was going up, and now it's going down." They can't go out to sea until September. I think probably around mid-July, it's probably gonna get really bad, and maybe around the beginning of August, depending on what the situation is like in the country. If the COVID stuff is looking really bad in August, then I think that September 15th date is going to probably get pushed back even further. But I think around probably mid-July, it's going to be looking really bad for the cruise lines, and then that may be the best time, depending on depending on what they look like, obviously. But because I think by the time August hits, if the numbers are going down and things look like they're going to be able to actually get back to sea, then I think it's going to start picking up for them a little bit. By the time September hits, it's going to be too late. I think their numbers as soon as they get back to sea, their numbers are going to skyrocket. People are going to be excited to get in on it. And so we'll see.
I'm telling you, Larry, they're not getting back to sea this year. That's what I'm saying. Just wait till. And if I had to bet on one of them, it's definitely Carnival because they got the most liquidity. They've got by far the most liquidity. I think I saw where they've got not quite $1 trillion, but they've got a lot of money just sitting in the bank, just chilling. Right. Well, and I'm gonna wait. Their stock is going. All of them are going down. They're going down. That's for sure. And probably right around November, October, December, then you start thinking about buying it when it drops down below $10, and it will drop below $10. March. Y'all been following me for a while, and I haven't steered y'all wrong not one time on stock so far. Mark my words, they're going to be around $10, and when it gets to $10, that's when you're up. But make sure you get the right one. Make sure you get the right one.
Well, we're gonna see. I'm hoping that I'm hoping it drops. I mean,
it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop.
All right, well,
it's gonna drop.
Well, I just set my alert. Set my alert to let you know when it hits at or below $10. So we'll see what happens.
Cool. Well, Larry, give us the outro, man, and we up out everybody a good weekend. And I'm gonna let Larry get the outro.
All right, everyone. It's been fun. It's been real. Make sure you stay safe. Wear your mask. Try and keep your social distancing going on. I know it seems like a long time happening. It's a little tedious. People are tired of this COVID stuff, but it's still out there and it's back on the rise and it will kill you. And we want to see you back here on Monday. So make sure you stay safe and stay safe, not just for yourself, but for your families too. So, all right, y'all, it's been real. It's been fun. And until next time, make sure you check out both of our channels. Check out mine there. Check out Lamont's over there. And love, peace, and hair grease. Peace. Mm-hmm.